everybody. David and EveElise here with our biz bomb at the beach tonight. Oh my goodness, almost sunset, getting there, and it's gorgeous out. Check it out. We're at Scripps Beach, the tide pools. So had to get the kiddos out of the house. Anyway, David's going to chat with us tonight about a lot of good stuff. He told me about it, but I'm going to let him tell you about it. Okay.
Well, I was listening to a webinar today, and the individual was talking about compound returns and how it's much better to have a modest return. And as a CFP, I understand that. Much better to have consistent, modest returns as opposed to extreme volatility in your investments. And the example that I always like is the story of Peter Minuit, who is known for putting together the transaction that purchased Manhattan Island in 1626 for the stated amount of $24, although it was actually 60 guilders. Probably was a little bit more than $24, but regardless, if he had put that $24, let's say, in a bank, by 2001, that $24 at 6% interest per year would have grown to over $78 billion.
As of today, right?
This would have been at the end of 2001.
Okay.
But what's interesting is that that acceleration of growth didn't really take place to any great extent until 1925. So up until 1925, which would have been 300 years later, that $24 would have grown to just under $1 billion. So by 300 years later, he wasn't even a billionaire, or that money wouldn't have grown to $1 billion. But in 75 years, from 25.
From 1925 to 2001?
To 2001, that amount, less than $1 billion, became 78 plus billion. So that's where the real accelerated growth took place. And so anyhow, and then I started thinking about when I was in college, and I'd see classmates and people I knew who always talked about pulling an all-nighter before the big test the next day. And I always liked my sleep, so that really never made sense to me to stay up all night to cram for a test. And so I found it more beneficial and advantageous for me to actually take the time to study consistently every single day. And then when it got to the exam, I just had to put in a little extra study in, didn't have to cram, got my good night's sleep, and was able to perform the next day on the exam. And I think for us who are in the online marketing world, we kind of naturally think that, all right, I'm going to go into this business and I'm just going to start making a lot of money. And I'm going to just start working 20 hours a day and making money hand over fist tomorrow. And
hustling.
And there's nothing wrong with hustling, but what we found is that like a lot of areas of life, investments, studying for school exams, you're going to be a lot better off, at least our recommendation is to put in the consistent effort and on a daily basis, and don't burn yourself out.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stay balanced. So we take the time to exercise and eat right and sleep and all those things. Yeah. And we try to approach our business in a consistent way with a long-term mindset.
Yeah. Because we could have given up a long time ago.
Right. So that's the biz bomb at the beach today.
Well, and real quick, are you done? Sorry, I didn't want
That's
to cut
it.
you off. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to plug this because of the consistency that we need for our business and for branding yourself or getting people to know you online so that you can build your business and create some, or not create, but have people know, like, and trust you, is I'm creating a workshop, a challenge for the week after Thanksgiving to do Facebook Lives every day for 5 days. And you're going to learn something every day with that. And so you won't be alone. And so if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't started lives like we're doing right now, then we can do that together, and there'll be more information soon. So check out that, and check out our blog at davidandeveelise.com for more biz bombs. And actually, most of the biz bombs are on here, right? But for more information and helpful info for you in building your business online.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.
Have a good one.
Bye.